Then could I take this opportunity to welcome Roy and Fares to speak with us about the situation in Lebanon. It's my understanding, Roy, that you're the past president of YCS in Lebanon. Yes,
Yes.
and Fares has taken over in
No,
that
it's
role.
Pia, who is also here on the meeting but cannot participate because she's at work.
Okay, all
But
right.
this also is working with the National Secretariat as a
Yeah,
representative of the region in Zahle.
okay, all right. So we welcome you um, to our gathering today, and looking forward to listening to you and engaging in some reflection with you on this.
Thank you a lot, Pat, and thanks for everyone. It's also great to get to know a bit about your work and you guys, you people, because you're an inspiration to us. And personally, I consider you as like the bigger family of YCS and an inspiration to us in terms of commitment and engagement. Also, it's good that here I saw also Brian Lawrence, also who has been helping us in terms of communication and coordination with the Australian YCS. It was good seeing you, Brian. And a big thanks also for Stefan, who, as much as he's a YCW, but he was very much into our help and service and assistance in IYCS. Um, so I will not take long in this introduction. I'm here with Faris from Lebanon, and currently I'm in Paris. I came to Paris in 2020 for the program coordination of IYCS, and I'm finishing my mandate next month, December. But I've been following up and reaching out to my Lebanese peers and colleagues in YCS Lebanon to stay connected and to continue the work of formation and training together. Now, we've been invited here to give you maybe an insight about the situation in Lebanon and to share with you our actions and to see how we can also join our efforts if possible. Now, first, I want to just start with maybe a brief history or background about the conflict, starting with the sea part. So, Lebanon has been in this situation for a very long time. It is a fake peace that we try to keep from time to time, and sometimes we lose control over it, and the turmoil comes. So this was due to the system that was installed since the independence by the French mandate, which says that all the religious parties and leaders shall be represented together and govern together the country. And that was in 43. So they started the foundation of the state. And by the years like 50s and 60s, the Cold War was increasing, was intensifying, and the influence of the USSR also was expanding, especially in the Middle East region. So some parties of the regions believed in one big Arabic state to resist the domination of the capitalist world and the US-led uh, propaganda, which the system in Lebanon back then was part of the alliance of that by having the special relationship with the Christian leaders and France and the West. So it turned out after the 60s and the 70s to a bloodshed and to civil war. Now, civil war would not be the correct term, but because it was many nations from the neighboring countries fighting also together there in the Lebanese territory. And later, Israel also joined the fight, bombing Palestinians who fled to Lebanon. And then the Muslims of the country joined those Palestinians and fought against the Christians. So it became a civil war back to then. But we see that it was about the religious leaders and parties controlling together. So what happened? At first, the Druze, which is an indigenous also group of Lebanon, was high in power. And when they tried to rule over the other parties, they came to assassinating their leaders, Jumblat. After that, the Christians rose to the power and wanted to monopolize the leadership of the countries with Jmayil and the Lebanese forces. And when they got to any political solution with Israel and the neighboring countries, also they assassinated the president of the Lebanese Republic in 82. After that, also the bloodshed happened until the 90s. During the 90s, the Cold War stopped. Uh, the US has won the war, and they brought all the parties to reconciliate them in Al Ta'if in Saudi Arabia. And suddenly the war stopped because we received the commands to stop it. And the Christian leaders paid the price. They were jailed, they were exiled, and they were killed and assassinated. And the one who took the power was the Sunnite with Hariri, and with him the Troika with the Shiite and the Druze. And they governed for 15 years, which was the reconstruction of Beirut after the war, etc. And when the plans have changed, and there is the plans for the new peace in the Middle East with the invasion of Iraq, Hariri was assassinated because also his role has ended after 15 years. And then the Sunnite felt the deception that the Christians have felt before and the Druze. And the people who rose to power became the Shiite, who arranged their alliance with Iran and also with the local political parties who gave them legitimacy. And they were in the Lebanese politics from 2005 until 2019, I would say. Because after 2019, with the financial economic crisis, I think the system has collapsed. And what we have been occurring till today in the last 5 years is the collapse of a government and a system that was anyway there just in a very sensitive equilibrium. So Hezbollah succeeded in taking the, how to say, the country as a hostage of his decisions and his agenda. And this was all because of a failed state. And today, with the turmoil and this war, there is an opportunity. Every crisis presents opportunities. Opportunity to shift from this feudal religious system to a citizenship system where we want to become installed relationship as citizens instead of being members or numbers in a party or a feudal or a group as a tribal group where the chief of the tribe will get us our rights and he will be the negotiator, but there is no sense of individualism or personal dignity to get our own right and to do also what we're supposed to do as citizens. So that's why it's a very complicated situation today. And I believe that we in YCS have a big mission to do, and we're doing it, which is to change mentalities and to start this personal conversion from stopping this, how to say, the loop we've been stuck in, and to start this personal conversion by saying that, okay, we're no more part of this feudal system, but we want to install relationship as citizens among each other. That's why we're in solidarity. That's why we want to help each other. That's why we want to help the displaced people. And this is also what would have Jesus done. If Jesus was here, he wouldn't have been with the flow of the power. He would have looked at the world from the perspective of the poor and the oppressed and the weak. And to think of a sustainable solution, there is nothing else than the concept of a state that can actually protect the citizens and the members of its society, rather than being tribal groups trying each one to take his part of the cheese or the cake. So I think I will stop for here and give the floor to Faris, who can also share the local reality and experience they are facing there and the action also they have been doing. Um, so over
Yes,
to you, Faris.
yes, all right. Thank you, Roy. So, hello, everyone. I'm going to apologize in advance for not being able to open my camera. Uh, Roy has talked a lot about the situation and the history of it. I don't think that I'm going to be tackling any political point of view here. Actually, what I want to talk about today is the misery, if I want to say that, the Lebanese people are facing in this situation. So it's the humanitarian point of view. Uh, Everything that's going on is putting everyone under pressure, at least everyone who is well and alive, who are, let's say, at a certain safe distance from the red zones, although we know that everywhere currently is a red zone in Lebanon, but some parts are safer than others. People who are on the safer zones are under constant pressure about what to do concerning their relatives or their loved ones on the other side, or who are under attack or in danger zones. Uh, Speaking about our members at Jack specifically, who were displaced from their homes and their and where they were living, I think that what is happening is very unhuman. Uh, we are doing, but the also the religious conflict in Lebanon has always caused problems. But I think it's time that we put our differences aside and we really help each other out here. So us as and that's not something really extraordinary that we're doing. I believe that us as Christians, it is our duty to help everyone regardless of their religion or their stand or whatever. In our action, we are including everyone, and I can see that in our with I can see our members doing that all over Lebanon, in all of the cities, where they are providing help to all displaced people and. Where they are sorry, the phone rang next to me. All right. Where they are providing help to all the displaced people, regardless of their religion. And I think that that is what we should be doing right now, and that is what we should be focused on. Uh, yes, that's basically it. I don't know what else to add. Uh, that much. I think that. Overall, that's it. Otherwise, everyone is always under constant stress, constant pressure, constant depression. People not able to attend their universities, not able to go to schools. They aren't even in the mood to study. I'm going to speak about myself. I'm not in in any dangerous zone, but I'm always. I don't want to say depressed, but I'm always feeling down, those burnouts. There's nothing like really motivating us to work other than helping each other and being there for each other, supporting one another, so we are able to pass this together as one. So yes.
True, thank you, Faris. And also maybe to add the response also you've been doing as a group by providing not shelter but logistics for the shelter centers, right, Faris? And at the other hand, also creating some animation session to the children who have been displaced into the different schools where Jack also is being present there.
Yes, that is true. We are being able to distribute some, as you said, some logistics to the people in need. So we are talking about maybe food, medication, also some covers, bed sheets, etc., as well as making as you said, the animation for children. So we are going there to trying to cheer them up, and also create some type of a distraction for them. After all, يعني, the children are going through a phase where they are going to become maybe traumatized. Like, I can't imagine people at their age being exposed to all this violence, all this danger. So it's important to keep them at a certain to take care of their mental sanity, if I want to say, and also thanks to a lot of the help of people like Maria Pia, actually, who are providing uh, I don't know how to say it, like mental health aid to people in need. So discussions and sessions to help them through this mess.
True.
Okay. Thank you, Roy. Thank you, Faraz. Do we have any questions that people would like to put to Roy or to Faraz? You might like to use chat. Yes, David.
Thank you, Roy and Faraz. It's inspirational to hear you. Just reading about what's happening among the Arabian people there is something. I guess my questions are kind of political. What is the feeling about Hezbollah and Israel and the future of Hezbollah?
Well, I think that that's kind of a hard question, knowing where we stand on that. Concerning Israel, of course, for us, it's the enemy. It always has been till this day. We've always been through problems. But what I want to say is that we aren't exactly with Hezbollah either, concerning what they are doing through. يعني putting fire over the putting gas over the fire with this war. So I'm not sure. There are different point of views over here, but I think mostly everyone wants both parties to stop on their end. So we aren't taking any sides here. We are actually all we want is for everything to stop. We want to get back to safety, and we want to get out of this constant feeling of being under danger and not knowing if we are going to live for the next day or not.
I would join my voice to Faris, and because an immediate ceasefire is all what we want now, and what we agree on, an immediate ceasefire. But politically, as Faris is saying, Israel's current regime, is our enemy as Lebanese people who believe in democratic states. Because having on our side a Zionist, racist, baby-killing regime, I don't think any country would accept it. If we were in France and we've been neighboring to a Nazi Germany, we would be actually fighting, resisting in all our ways this, racist regime next to our border. So it's out of a political, actually, and not any racism against Jews. I don't think any Lebanese has any problem with any Jew, because Jews used to live peacefully in Lebanon before the war. And before also Israeli propaganda, by like creating also a lot of conflicts amongst their communities all over the world to bring them to their safe haven, which is Israel, and to build a religious narrative for their political legitimacy. So we believe that actually, and as Faris was saying, we don't support Hezbollah because it's a religious group that is fighting dogmatically and religiously Israel without having any, project for a Lebanese state. What is your project? Like, once you liberate the land, once you liberate the thing, what will be your project? What kind of state you envision? Is it a religious Iranian state? No, then we don't want it. Are we capable of fighting or resisting the US military machine? No, we don't have even a safe state that can offer a safety network. So It's about doing the priorities first by building a state, and then maybe facing this regime by maybe just installing a democratic state that will threaten the legitimacy of a racist state.
Yes. When it comes down to practicalities, Faris, do you get support from Caritas Lebanon?
I don't think that right now we are doing any work with Caritas Lebanon. I'm not sure, but I don't think that we are.
So how do you get food and care packs and clothing and tents and et cetera,
Yes,
to people?
yes, so us as Jack in Lebanon, uh, we have our let's say if I don't know how to put it. We have our boards in each city, so each or in each state, and each
Yeah,
board has its treasurer, and so we tend to raise a certain amount of money in each of our states, and we have to also include the help provided by and the generous donation provided by Jacques France. Uh, so with all that put together, the money that we are able to raise from our activities, as well as the donation that we received from Jacques France, we are able to buy all the stuff that we need and to distribute it accordingly to the people in need.
so for people in Australia who might want to help you, then the best way to help you is to send you money.
Yes, I guess that would be it. So emotional and emotional support is always
Yeah,
good, as well as raising the voice. So knowing where we stand, that's always very good. But right now we are also in need of as you said, practical, and
yeah,
we are in need of practical help. Yes.
yeah, yeah. Okay.